Clásica San Sebastián. This is affectionately referred to, at least by Ian, as the 22nd stage of the Tour de France, and we are going to have quite a lineup of Tour de France contenders competing. Headlining the event has got to be Julian Alaphilippe.
Yeah, Julian Alaphilippe is the returning champion to this race. A really impressive victory by him last year, coming off his KOM Jersey win at the Tour de France. But this is a incredibly stacked field, and this, like I said, this course is it's not a monument, but it is a true classic. 225 kilometers long, over 13,000 feet of climbing, and just a stunning setting right in the cycling crazy Basque Country in the beautiful resort town of San Sebastian. I mean, it's just an incredible race to watch and to see raced.
Yeah, and this is in the Basque Country, so we are going to get a lot of short, steep Spanish hills. The finale is going to be very exciting. There is a categorized climb, descent, and just about 2.5 kilometers of flat road into a most likely reduced sprint finish. Should we get into some of the favorites?
Yeah, we should know as well that this is the first year that a women's race will be held in conjunction with the men's race. A similarly challenging course with the climb of the Category 1 Jaizkibel and also the Morgil Tontora, which is a hard climb, 2 kilometers, over 11% average gradient. And the headliner for this race is obviously Annemiek van Vleuten. She just won the Giro Rosa with nearly a 4-minute lead over the world champion, Anna van der Breggen. She's coming with a strong team, Amanda Spratt backing her up. If she doesn't win this race, I don't know who will.
Yeah, no disrespect to her competitors. Ashley Moolman, she's going to be there, but I don't see any way that Annemiek van Vleuten is going to be losing the women's edition of the Clásica San Sebastián. You can, of course, watch that race on FloBikes right before the men's edition starts. And getting into the men's race, very big field.
Yeah, Greg Van Avermaet is headlining this field along with Mikel Landa, Alex House in his new resplendent in his new Stars and Bars National Championship jersey, and the Tour de France champion Egan Bernal is on the start list.
Yeah, this is going to be a showdown. I think the really big question here is who is going to have the motivation and the legs after the Tour de France, because there are a lot of riders coming straight from France to Sebastian.
Yeah, I think this is a race that like half the field is just there to get a start list spot for their team, and it really is a race of motivation. I think at this point everybody's tired, nobody really has the legs, and it's just who wants to go out and win this race. One guy that is always motivated to win this race, Bauke Mollema of Trek Segafredo. In the last 5 years, Bauke has been on the podium 4 times, including last year when he was second, and he has won the race outright in 2015. Definitely a rider to keep an eye on.
Yep, both Yates brothers are also going to be there. Adam Yates, this was his breakout win in 2015. Michael Woods, he is coming from the Tour de France. He did not have the best ride, but he was trying day in and day out. I'm excited to see what he can do in Clásica San Sebastián. I do have a pick for the win, if I may be so bold.
Bring it.
All right, I'm going with Alexei Lutsenko, the Kazakh national champion from Astana, and really Astana's team that they are bringing to Clásica San Sebastián is intimidating. They have Leon Sanchez, Jakob Fuglsang, Gorka Izagirre, Pello Bilbao, who is another very, very capable. They're all very capable of winning this race. And if Astana plays their cards right and plays it intelligently, I don't see how that team is going to be beaten.
Yeah, I feel like Astana is kind of the anti-Movistar, where they have not the strongest rider in the race, but like 6 incredibly strong riders, but they seem to ride together as a team and put it together to get victories. I'm going to go with Simon Yates. After his 2 stage wins at the Tour de France, I don't see anybody beating him in this race. The parcours suit him great, and his brother actually won this race in 2014. For my dark horse, I'm going with Tom Skuns, the Latvian national champion. He was riding really well at the Tour, was not able to put it together for a stage win, but I do see him definitely riding the early break, and maybe this will be the year that the break makes it to the finish at San Sebastian.
Yeah, Tom has a streak of pulling out some pretty good wins in one-day classics. That would be great to see. My dark horse. Well, we talked about this earlier, and I'm going to go with it. Remco Evenepoel. He is another one of these just incredibly young riders who is the future of the sport and seems to have no limits to his talent already. He's got Quick Step behind him if Julian Alaphilippe is feeling a little bit tired, as he darn well should be after the Tour de France. I think that Evenepoel is going to be next in line for this title of San Sebastian.
Yeah, Evenepoel definitely on form. Recently won a stage at Adriatica Ionica, simply riding away from the field in the last 30 kilometers of the race and riding Fausto Masnada, winner at the Giro d'Italia, right off his wheel. The guy is just incredible to watch, and I think he is certainly going to light up this race. It's going to be exciting to see. Tune in Saturday or watch it on demand on FloBikes.
Yeah, and don't forget that we do have quite a bit of other racing for you on FloBikes, including the Women's World Tour race, Ride London, that is going to be going on this weekend, and the start of Tour Poland.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting week, and we'll be back to see you soon.